guys, welcome to this update this afternoon. I hope you're doing awesome. I hope you've been enjoying your Tuesday thus far. Now, we've got our first disturbance of the hurricane season, and it is in the Gulf of Mexico. So it's not the first disturbance overall in the Atlantic basin for the year, because we've had two previously. One was out there in the Atlantic, another was marked in association with an area producing a lot of showers and thunderstorms within the vicinity of the Caribbean. And that one was on the 23rd of May, I believe, or around that time. And now, since the start of the hurricane season, which was June 1st, this is our first disturbance of the hurricane season, third of the year overall for the North Atlantic basin. So there we can see it just to the west of Florida in the eastern Gulf of Mexico, and it is going to be moving to the northeast over the course of the next couple of days. However, it has a low chance of development. Here we can see 20% chance of formation. And as this is going to be moving out, we're seeing that highlighted yellow shaded area. That is where it may try to acquire some tropical or maybe some subtropical characteristics, but it is going to be producing a lot of heavy rain across parts of Florida and even parts of the northern Bahamas as well, as we're going to be heading into the next few days. So this is a look at the area on the satellite imagery. Here we can see all these colors. Now, as we see those darker shadings of reds and those blacks, that is indicating very high clouds, which often contain a lot of showers and thunderstorms. Those white dots, they are indicative of lightning strikes. And the area is actually just there. And we notice that a lot of this activity is to the east of the center of it. That is because of the wind shear. Upper level winds coming in from the west or the northwest, helping to displace all of these showers and thunderstorms. So it's basically pushing everything into Florida and parts of the Bahamas as well, the northern Bahamian islands such as Andros Island, even Grand Bahama, the Abaco Islands, even Nassau may experience some showers and thunderstorms due to this area of low pressure. But as we look at the rest of the Caribbean region, here we can see the different islands. And for many of us, it has been a pretty warm day. Warm morning headed to the afternoon hours. However, there are some showers and thunderstorms popping up around here and there. And that's going to be the story as we head throughout the day. The southwest Caribbean is getting a bit active. We see that blob just offshore San Andres and Providencia as well. So that area is likely to be active today. A bit of activity over parts of northern Belize and Mexico. But for many of the northern islands, rather, such as Cuba, parts of Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, Hispaniola, ABC Islands, and sections of the Lesser Antilles, it's been on the drier side. However, with the passage of a tropical wave, there's been some rain around for Trinidad and Grenada as well. So we could see a little bit more activity as the day goes on. And it's also quite windy in the east. So some of the eastern islands are a bit windy. But going back to that disturbance, we could see some development. Let's go ahead and take a look at the conditions that will influence development and why the chance is not very high right now. So let's head on to that. First, we're looking at the wind shear, the upper level winds. So the darker oranges and reds that you see indicate the stronger winds displacing a lot of the activity. But as we see more of those shades of blues and those white spots and greens, the wind shear isn't as bad. So as I said, it's helping to displace a lot of the activity. So the system isn't really consolidating right now. The thunderstorms are just growing, and then they get displaced. So they don't really have that time, or they're not allowed that opportunity to really consolidate, to materialize into something significant. So that's not happening right now. And again, that is the work of the wind shear. Stronger upper level winds equaled a more hostile environment for development. Next, we're taking a look at the sea surface temperatures. So we can see here in the eastern Gulf, very warm, up to 30 degrees, even higher in a few spots. And that is more than supportive of development. Even just offshore the southeast states, the waters are still very much conducive, because tropical systems would require around 26 degrees Celsius, and we're seeing 27, 28, 29. So waters off the southeastern states will definitely favor development. So we want to watch for when it moves over Florida and into the Atlantic Ocean. And not only are those sea surface temperatures warm, but they're warmer than average. This is an anomaly map. So the oranges, Yellows, reds indicate that temperatures are higher than normal. And we're definitely seeing that for the Eastern Gulf, just off the southeast states, for the Caribbean, and even headed out to the main development region. Although for now, it doesn't look as though anything coming from the east, those tropical waves are going to be developing on their way to the Caribbean for now. But that's likely to change as we head into the next couple of weeks and even the next couple of months. And even if this current system, which is called Invest 90L, and by the way, it is called an invest because it is an area of investigation, it's been closely watched for some development. But as I said, regardless, it's going to produce a lot of heavy rain, flood triggering rain in parts of South Florida, especially the southeastern part of Florida, as all that activity makes its way in. So it is called Invest 90L. 90L is really just the designation given to it, just to identify it. So not a tropical depression or tropical storm right now, just an area being watched that may try to get itself together. So as I was saying, even if this doesn't form, we still want to keep our eyes on the Gulf because models are consistently showing another area of low pressure as we're going to be heading into around next week. We may see something else try to get itself together. So this is what the GFS is showing for Tuesday, the 18th of June. There we can see that area of low pressure in the Bay of Campeche and all of those green shadings indicating the moisture around. Let's see if other models are in agreement. We have the Euro model also showing a weak area but with a lot of moisture in the western Gulf of Mexico. This is also for Tuesday, June 18th, Tuesday of next week. We also see some moisture around parts of the Caribbean. So as those tropical waves come in, they'll help to enhance the rainfall around. Then we head on to the Icon model. So this is for late Tuesday, and we're also seeing the Icon suggesting that we could see something else try to get itself together. And this ties into the map that I showed you guys in previous videos of the typical area we want to watch for development in the month of June. It's really the West Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. So it's getting unsettled out there. So the Western Gulf will be an area to watch as we're going to be heading into the upcoming week. But for now, we've got Invest 90L. It is a rainmaker for Florida and parts of the Bahamas, and we'll see what happens with it as it makes its way from the Gulf over Florida and into the Atlantic Ocean. And the main struggle for it right now will really be the wind shear. But of course, I'm here to keep you guys posted as always. And that is basically what I wanted to share with you in this update video. And so I really do hope that you found it to be very informative. If you have any questions though, please feel free to leave them down in the comments. I will respond to you once I get the chance to do so. And remember to always be weatherwise.